This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you in part by the Daily Herald.
Benet Volleyball coach Brad Baker, your team won its 5th straight regional title earlier this week and hasn't lost a match in just about a month. What seems to be working for the Red Wings right now?
Well, last night we were able to just play good, consistent volleyball, and our goals: side out at a high percentage, serve and serve receive well, play solid defense, and all those aspects worked well last night.
And I remember reading, I think it was either last night or earlier in the season maybe, when you said one of the biggest things that this team needs to focus on is just being air free, not letting Benet beat Benet. Is that still the case with this squad?
Well, we want to play air free. Obviously, everyone does, but we still have to have an aggressive mindset. And if we're making aggressive mistakes, that can be okay. But little mistakes where we're out of position or mental errors, we want to make sure we eliminate all of those.
Red Wings preparing for the sectional right now here, practicing at Benet. What are some things that you're able to still preach to as a coach when your team hasn't lost in nearly a month? I imagine, sometimes you maybe have to change up routines or something just to keep things fresh.
Well, we still remember the times that we did lose, and we remember how it felt like, and we don't want to have that feeling again, and so every day we're just trying to get better and trying to work hard. And if we have that mentality that today we're going to get better and we're going to work hard today, hopefully then that makes us prepared for our next match and makes us prepared for tomorrow.
So you bring home the regional trophy, but you guys didn't get out of the ESCC with the title, 7-2. How tough is that conference? I imagine it really has to have a lot of the top teams battle tested by the time we get to the state series.
Well, I think in the last poll, 4 out of the top 10 teams in the state that were ranked are in our conference. So every single night you're going to get a good match, which is great. You don't have to always schedule tough non-conference because your conference is going to be so tough and you're going to get great matches, and it's fun. Every night you're going to get good quality volleyball.
Now, I wouldn't say easy, but I imagine maybe when you get to some of these early round state series games, does the atmosphere maybe not even seem as amped up for some of these girls as, a tough midweek conference match with, say, Joliet Catholic or Marist?
Well, I think those matches help us prepare. Those are big-time matches, and they have huge atmosphere. So then when we get into these types of atmospheres with the regionals, you can't ever totally prepare for it, but I definitely think those big matches that we play throughout the season help.
You talk about the conference, 4 all-conference players on this team from this year, 2 of them returning all-conference players. Megan Haggerty, the ESCC Player of the Year. What is it that she brings to the table as a volleyball player?
Well, she's a dominant offensive player, blocking-wise. And when she gets a good set, she's almost unstoppable. She's a big girl who runs the slide very well and hits multiple shots and hits them hard, which makes it hard for defenses to stop her.
And, she's not the only one. 3 other non-conference players, obviously. You guys have a pretty deep team. What's it like being able to work with some of that depth as a coach?
Well, one of the advantages is every day in practice, people are getting challenged, and it makes our girls get better and work hard every single day, because it doesn't matter what side of the ball you're on. You're going to get good quality touches and good quality competition, which helps us by the end of the season make sure our team is better than it was at the start.
You have a lot of future college players on this roster, a lot of alumni that are playing in the college ranks right now. I visited the Benet Volleyball website, and you look at that page, and it just goes on and on and on. Do you find yourselves maybe getting tired trying to find where how some of these girls are doing, catching up with them? Because I imagine that network has got to be huge now.
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's great to see not only the kids get a chance to go on and play in college, but when they do, they're having success. And that just helps our youngsters. They see, all right, well, it's possible. I can go play in college, and not only go play in college, but be successful. And, Jess is on the #1 team in the nation. Natalie and Ari, and those kids are doing great. And it's great to see those kids having success at the next level.
And it seems like more and more, it continues that the Benet college recruitments keep picking it up. What is it about, this culture that brings in good volleyball players and, sends out good volleyball players as well?
Well, the girls work hard here, and they have goals. And kids, when they come in here, a lot of them want to go play in college, and that's the atmosphere around here. Is, hey, I want to get a great education. I want to be able to go play at the next level, and we just help them set goals and try to reach those goals to go play in the next level.
We talk about the college game. One difference between the college and high school game about 4 or 5 years ago was the presence of the libero. But the IHSA makes the rule change 3 or 4 years ago to where we have it in high school volleyball now. How does that change the game from both a player's perspective, when you're trying to find somebody that's a potential libero, that maybe plays it in club but hadn't played it at the high school level, and from you as a coach?
Well, the libero, what it helps and it hurts. It helps because as a deep team, then we're allowed to play more kids because the libero doesn't count as subs. So it can help in that attitude, and it can get your best defender on the floor for 6 rotations, which definitely can help your team.
You look at this Benet team. The hitters. You have a lot of depth on the front line. It seems like every other person on the roster is over 6 feet. The thing that gets kind of lost in that, I imagine, is a setter. Hannah Kaminsky seems to be one of the better ones in the area that maybe gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. How important is she to this offensive attack?
Well, the setter's the quarterback of the team, and if you don't have a good quarterback, you can have all the offensive weapons. You can't get him the ball, it doesn't matter. And Hannah's taken on that role this year, and she's been a leader for us all year and done a great job getting our hitters the ball in position to make plays, and that's her job, and she continues to get better at it.
Now, I know talking with some of your players last year, one of the big things at the beginning of the season was, the #1 national ranking. It seemed like something that, maybe in hindsight, a lot of the seniors this year kind of said that last year maybe we focused on it a little bit too much. I guess, what are some things that you're focusing on this season to maybe not put as much attention on that, or I guess just what's your mindset?
Yeah, you never know how certain teams are going to take the rankings. Some teams take it and run with them. Some teams it affects them different ways. And last year's team, it definitely affected them to start and got over it. But it was something that this year's team was able to learn from. And we haven't really looked and cared where we're ranked, where we are. It doesn't matter. We just want to play volleyball on a daily basis. And whoever the opponent is, it's fine. Let's just go play. And rankings, they don't mean anything. It's just a number in front of us, and play ball, work hard, and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, you said you don't know. I'll let you know. You're number 12 in one of them.
Right.
But, doesn't matter at this point, right? You're going for that state title. As we look ahead over these next 2 weeks, you guys want to keep playing volleyball over these next 2 weeks. I imagine one thing you can maybe point to, you guys are undefeated on Saturdays so far. Do you want to keep that intact?
Well, if we are lucky enough to get to Saturdays, there would be a couple Saturdays coming up. There would be some good matches. The super sectional, obviously the state finals are held on Saturday, but we have lots of other matches. We need to worry about Tuesday before we can worry about any of that other stuff.
What's the focus point for this group going forward that you guys can hopefully achieve the goal? What's the one thing that needs to go right?
Well, we need to take it day by day and point by point and just focus on what's right in front of us. Don't worry about what happened the last point. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. Let's just worry about what's right here in front of us today and take care of that. And then we can worry about tomorrow after that's all said and done. But let's just take care of today. Let's take care of the next ball, the next touch, and then let everything else fall where it may.
Well, Brad, it looks like the girls are working hard. Thanks for letting us come by, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.